Hello everyone, and welcome back to Athletic Avenue. For today's cruise, we'll go down the athletic memory lane of NBA stars whose careers ended terribly or prematurely. So ignite that like, share, and subscribe button. Plus, honk on that notification bell. Now, let's begin our cruise down the Athletic Avenue. Number 10. Penny Hardaway Injury. If you even barely paid attention to the NBA in the 90s, you definitely remember the name Penny Hardaway. His popularity on the court was even pushed to pop culture with music and endorsements, mainly the entertaining commercials starring the puppet Hardaway, jamming on the keyboards to Blackstreet and Dr. Dre's No Diggity, as well as night commercials. Hardaway was a pop star icon balling on the court. But Hardaway struggled through injury-filled seasons and had to undergo surgery which forced him to miss the majority of the 1996-1997 NBA season. His performance deteriorated until he was only able to maintain 3.8 points and 2.2 assists and rebounds. Number 9. Shawn Kemp, Drugs and Weight Gain. Considered the second coming of the original Twin Towers, Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson, the Rain Man and the Glove, better known as Shawn Kemp and Gary Payton, led the Sonics to the 1996 NBA Finals. From his rookie season in 1989 to 1990, Shawn Kemp was a major potential and became the fifth player to go directly to the NBA from high school. His exceptional talent and fierce pressure on the court drew comparisons to Michael Jordan, similarly to several others on our list. Jordan himself realized the potential and agreed that Kemp showed a remarkable talent. But Kemp began to have a cocaine and alcohol problem, and although he wasn't that bad in Cleveland, his decline was imminent, even as he was traded to Portland. Number 8. Yao Ming, 3 different fractures in his left foot. He was the biggest and most successful talent to come into the league from China. His career may have been short, but he proved in his short time to be a Hall of Famer, earning an induction as part of the 2016 class. Ming's career was cut short due to a nagging foot and ankle injury, proved to be the tipping point toward retirement. Beyond just his large stature at 7'6" that made Shaquille O'Neal look normal size, Ming was a dominant factor in his own right. It was the injuries that genuinely prevented him from putting together a long career that could have seen him accomplish much more in the league. Number 7. Steve Francis, Death, Alcoholism, Robbery. Francis was the number 2 pick in the 1999 NBA Draft. He was selected by the Vancouver Grizzlies. He was later traded to the Houston Rockets before the 1999-2000 season began. In his first year with the Rockets, he averaged 18 points per game and was named Rookie of the Year along with Elton Brand. He spent 9 seasons in the league, playing most of his career with the Houston Rockets, and then began to drop with an injury in his right ankle. Around the same time, his stepfather committed suicide, and he became a heavy drinker. In November of 2016, he was arrested for driving under the influence and a felony charge for threatening a public servant. Things didn't get any better for Francis. He ended up turning himself in the next month while he was in Florida when police issued a warrant for his arrest on burglary charges. Number 6. Brandon Roy, diagnosed with degenerative arthritis. At the very beginning, it was clear that Brandon Roy was a special player, averaging 16.8 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 4.0 assists per game. However, the Portland Trail Blazers used their amnesty provision to release Roy before the 2011-2012 season, after he told them he could not continue playing because of the degenerative condition of his knees. The promising athlete tore his meniscus in April of 2010, and even in the 2010-2011 season, it continued to hinder his progress. Like a true champion, Brandon Roy attempted to play through the pain as he returned to the Timberwolves in the 2012-2013 season, but he was only able to appear in only 5 games. As quickly as Roy started his ascent, he faded just as suddenly due to being diagnosed with degenerative arthritis. Number 5. Tracy McGrady, multiple injuries. There was a time in his life when McGrady aspired to be like Magic Johnson, and he surely had the skills to reach that legendhood. Tracy McGrady, aka T-Mac, could pass just as well as Magic, rebound at the level of Rodman, and guard the best on the court. Even Kobe Bryant called T-Mac, quote, the guy who actually gave me the most problems, end quote. T-Mac was able to complement other exceptional NBA All-Stars like Vince Carter and Yao Ming and Grant Hill, to name a few, during the highlights of his career. However, his injuries caught up with him, and his career slowly declined. T-Mac suffered from multiple injuries to his ankles, knees, shoulders, and back, and some of them even caused him to undergo surgery, where he was never able to fully recover. Number 4. Gilbert Arenas, ripped MCL, Arenas' ascension began with the Golden State Warriors, where he went from a second-round draft pick to the NBA's most improved player in 2002 to 2003, and by his third year, he was competing for scoring titles, averaging 29.3 points per game, second in franchise history. The turning point was in 2007 when he tore his medial collateral ligament, or MCL. Even at the time, the injury did not seem as daunting, but that was totally not the case. Arenas would never be the same. He made All-NBA 3 times and had so many amazing clutch shots earned him the franchise record for points in a single game, bringing in the hoop 60 points in 2006. Commenters said he was a beast, and Kobe Bryant famously said, "He has no conscience." Number 3. Allen Iverson. Ego, gambling, personal problems. The living legend label is often cliched and not always warranted, and yet Iverson fits it well without a doubt. Basketball Hall of Famer Allen Iverson was known for his prolific scoring and rebellious style during his 14-year NBA career. His rebellious style was noticeable on and off the court. Against many odds, considering his height, which is just less than 6 feet, he was held back due to his selfishness and several transgressions on and off the court, like gambling, debt, beef with his teammates, and court cases. Nonetheless, he was inducted into the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame in 2016 as he maintained high scoring averages in his prime, winning the scoring title of the NBA multiple times. Number 2. Jeremy Lin, one-hit wonder. Jeremy Lin couldn't beat his own record, but will always be remembered as the underdog Rocky story of the NBA. In 2012, Jeremy Lin was the most talked about athlete in the world, which rose him from just a handful of games with the New York Knicks. He went from being an unknown player struggling to escape the NBA's D-League to an unstoppable basketball force. The Taiwanese American was the first Asian to reach such heights in the NBA League, but after reaching those heights, he was still humble. Although he has an NBA championship ring, he still feels that he didn't do much to earn it. Number 1. Steve Nash, sciatica. At this point in time, if you know anything about the NBA but don't know about Steve Nash, please slap yourself. Just joking. Of course, you're cruising down the Athletic Avenue, so we're happy to take you down the athletic memory lane. Steve Nash was the NBA's most valuable player in 2005 and 2006. He was on the All-NBA team for 3 consecutive years, starting from 2005, winner of the Best NBA Player Award, the best free throw shooter in NBA history at 90.4%, Time Magazine's 100 Most Influential People in the World. The end of his professional career, however, occurred during his time playing with the Lakers as he was diagnosed with sciatica, which is an agonizing pain that radiates along the sciatic nerve and branches from the lower back to the hips, buttocks, and legs. Although Nash had a full elaborate career, its demise was premature, and millions of fans worldwide regretfully had to see him retire. Let us know which your most disappointing career ender was. Like, share, subscribe, and honk on that notification bell to always cruise with us down the Athletic Avenue.